Andrew?
Stephen, just how tough has the last couple of weeks been for everyone at the club?
Yeah, the group's been hurting. We were disappointed in many ways that the game was called off at the weekend, but it has given us some time in the training pitch to try and work on a few things. So we expect better from ourselves. Unfortunately, in football, you do have setbacks, and it's important we respond, and that starts tomorrow night.
Quanto è stato difficile per la squadra nelle ultime 2 o 3 settimane? La risposta sì, è stata molto difficile. Ovviamente non abbiamo giocato il weekend purtroppo perché vogliamo migliorarci e vogliamo giocare ogni settimana. Però succede nel calcio e vediamo che succede.
Keith?
Stephen, how big an improvement do you need against the side who took 4 off Liverpool last week compared to your display against Ajax?
Yeah, we understand the level the Champions League is, and the Napoli have obviously had a very impressive start to the season, magnified probably with the result against Liverpool as well. So we know we're going to have to be our very best at this level to get things from the game, but we also know with the crowd behind us here we can create something really special. So that's what our mindset's on. We did disappointing, obviously, game week 1, and it's important that we try and give ourselves a platform, and the home games are always going to be important for us. So it's another opportunity for us, and we're determined and looking forward and excited for the challenge.
Quanto è importante migliorarsi dopo aver perso, dopo il fatto che Napoli ha cominciato la stagione bene e ha battuto Liverpool 4-0. Sì, abbiamo capito molto bene che Champions League è molto molto difficile, però vogliamo cominciare bene come ha fatto il Napoli nel campionato e anche nella Champions. Dobbiamo giocare al meglio, però qui abbiamo tutti i tifosi davanti a noi. Pensiamo positivo e speriamo migliorare soprattutto nelle partite a casa.
Andy?
Stephen, you've played in this stage before. You've been at this level. How much can your experience play a part in trying to help the rest of us get to the level you need to be at?
I think we've got good experience, European experience throughout the squad. Obviously, with the journeys we've been on over the last few years, and a lot of the group have been together and been a part of that. So, as I say, we know the scrutiny that we're under playing for this club, and the last 2 results haven't been acceptable. At times you can lose games, but maybe not so in the manner that we have in the last 2. So the most important thing for us is getting back to the basics and doing them well, and we do that. We can be a good team and we can hurt teams, but as I say, the level of the Champions League is you get punished whenever you make mistakes. So we know going to have to be at our best to get the result that we all want.
Tu, Steven, hai molta esperienza nella Champions League. Quanto è importante? La risposta: siamo una brava squadra, tutti insieme abbiamo molta esperienza. Se vediamo le ultime 2 stagioni in Europa, sappiamo quanto è difficile giocare contro il Napoli, però noi capiamo perfettamente che non è accettabile giocare con i Rangers e perdere. Però andiamo di nuovo e andiamo meglio e siamo una brava squadra noi.
Joshua?
Stephen, when you look back at 2 4-0 defeats, what's been the analysis within the club of what went wrong, and what's the manager communicated to the players this week?
There's a lot of things we need to do better at, to be honest. Obviously, the manner of the goals that we conceded in both games. Obviously, we conceded a couple from set plays, a couple from quick set plays as well, and against Celtic. So yeah, there's a lot of things for us to work on. I don't think it's a true reflection of us as a squad, and that's how we feel. We're hurting from it. We're determined to be better. We know we're better than that. So the focus is just on, as I said, getting back to doing the basics well, and if we do that, that'll give us a platform to go and hopefully get a good result.
Cosa ti ha comunicato il mister dopo aver perso due partite di fila? Noi sappiamo che dobbiamo migliorarci. Perdere, stiamo subendo gol facili dai calci di punizione come abbiamo fatto contro il Celtic, però adesso non è il tempo di pensare, è il tempo di giocare e siamo determinati a migliorarci.
Roddy?
To what extent have you reassessed your ambitions in this group following last week's game?
I don't think we've reassessed anything really, to be honest, in terms of that there. I think it was a huge challenge for us to try and get into the group stages. There's been a lot of work obviously gone over the last number of years on and off the pitch to get us back to this level, and we want to enjoy it, but ultimately know that it's a really top level to play at. You're going to have to be your best to get results. The group is always going to be difficult. We're underdogs from the get-go, but we also have belief within the squad, so I think going into these groups in European football in general, we know home games are going to be really important for us. It clearly wasn't the start we would have liked to get off to in terms of the result and the performance. So our focus has to be in getting a bit better performance, and hopefully, as I say, that'll lead to a result.
Cosa pensate come una squadra dopo aver perso la prima partita? Non cambia molto, noi sappiamo quanto è difficile arrivare nella Champions, noi vogliamo divertirci, è sempre difficile giocare contro queste grandi squadre, però noi crediamo in noi stessi. Tutte le partite sono difficili, però è importante che vinciamo le partite a casa. Sì.
Lewis?
Stephen, irrespective of the standard of the opponent you're playing, a group of players that aren't used to losing many games back to back, is that determination going to be probably what drives you against such a good opponent tomorrow night in Napoli to not make it through?
Yeah, of course, we're excited for the game, to be honest. As I said, we've had a few days training now together, and the intensity's certainly been there. The group's been lively. We want to try and obviously get back to winning ways. We know it's going to be difficult, but coming up against a really good side, but we have to have belief in ourselves as well. And we know the fans will be really looking forward to getting Champions League football back here at Ibrox, and they'll create an incredible atmosphere, and hopefully we can make it another memorable night.
Ovviamente non è normale qui perdere così tante partite. La risposta, noi non vediamo l'ora, stiamo allenando molto bene, c'è grande intensità nell'allenamento, noi vogliamo vincere, sappiamo che è una bella squadra con chi giochiamo, però noi abbiamo i tifosi qua e loro amano il Champions, vogliamo vincere.
Claudio Russo, calciamo di 24. Steven, volevo sapere cosa pensi del centrocampo del Napoli, se in quella zona che magari contro Anghissà, Lobotka e Zielinski possa essere il fulcro del match. E un'altra curiosità, tu sei quello che ha più esperienza in Champions, eri in campo anche 12 anni fa nell'ultima partita in casa, se nel gruppo magari può giocare può essere negativa magari la pressione di dover fare per forza il risultato avendo perso la prima partita. Grazie.
The first part of the question was that you're going to be playing against some really, really good midfielders, Zabotsky and Zielinski, in the middle of the park. How are you going to be able to deal with that? And also, since it's been 10 years since you last played in the Champions League, how do you think your experience is going to help?
Yeah, we know that they've got quality within the midfield. We've obviously done our analysis in terms of the way that we play, and to try and help us counteract the qualities that they have. Regarding obviously my experience, as I said before, I think we've got really good European experience throughout the group, and obviously I'm a part of that. So we know at this level you have to be able to keep the ball at times, because if you don't, then it'll be a long night inevitably. So we're just really looking forward to the challenge. As I said, we've worked really hard to get back here, and we want to go and enjoy it. And ultimately, you do that by putting in a good performance and getting good results.
Ovviamente sappiamo molto della qualità del Napoli, abbiamo analizzato tutti i giocatori. Per quanto riguarda la mia esperienza, non è soltanto io che ho l'esperienza, abbiamo un'esperienza come una squadra, come abbiamo fatto l'anno scorso nella Europa League. È molto importante tenere la palla, se no potrebbe essere una notte lunga, però abbiamo lavorato molto difficile per essere qui.
Buonasera, Luigi Giordano, Pianeta Napoli. Con la sua nazionale, l'Irlanda del Nord, avete fermato sul pareggio l'Italia in casa del capitano del Napoli Di Lorenzo. Quanto è difficile tatticamente giocare contro le squadre italiane?
Obviously, your experience of playing with Northern Ireland, you've played against an Italian team. How difficult is to play against tactically Italian teams?
What, sorry?
How difficult is it to play tactically against Italian teams?
Yeah, of course. I think Italian teams are notorious for obviously being very tactical in terms of how they play, and we've had the experience of playing recently a couple of times against Italy, so you know the quality of the experience that the international players have in their setup. Obviously Napoli as well is full of international players of different nationalities, so I think once you get to this level, tactically, technically, teams are going to be at the highest level, so it's always going to be a challenge, and as I say, one we're looking forward to.
Last question for Jordan, please.
La traduzione? Sorry. Ovviamente le squadre italiane, anche la nazionale, è famoso per la tattica, però è vero che anche io ho giocato recentemente contro l'Italia, però anche come la Napoli ci sono tanti giocatori di livello internazionale, e a questo livello è molto importante che giochiamo bene.
Sorry, Jordan.
Stephen, the manager after the Ajax game last week said it's impossible to compete at this level unless you spend hundreds of millions of pounds on players. Just wondering what you think of the jump in the level and how important it is to show the fans that money doesn't come into it and on the pitch tomorrow night.
Yeah, I didn't see the interview or hear it firsthand, but my take on it would be a little bit out of context. I think maybe he was referring to winning the Champions League, maybe or whatever in terms of his statement on that there. But yeah, it's obviously a really tough level, but I think we've shown with the journey we were on last year that what we are capable of if we really max out and hit our highest level in terms of getting to Europa League final and having the disappointment of not winning it. So we know what we're capable of, but as I say, it's we have to be our very best to get results at this level, and that's not a criticism in any way, but we know what we've got to do to try and do that.